right, our topic today is, well, this is Awesome Dynamics new site. Just
Oh,
want
I
to
was
plug
saying it
that
looked
there.
neat and fancy. That was beautiful.
It's always important to update your site. And then our topic today is how to save your local Google My Business reviews from being deleted. You'll notice that, well, first off, definitely have a Google My Business account. So how you would check that is you go to gybo.com. It stands for getyourbusinessonline.com. And I'll put that in the notes here. Um, So there is a chat box. You can ask any questions during the webinar on the right side there. All right, so gybo.com is it's a website made by Google, and the main purpose of it is to give you some resources about Google My Business and also to check if your business is current on there. So if I press check my business, and then you can go ahead and check your business name or the city that you're in, and then you can see the status on your profile. It's super important, more important than your Facebook page, more important than your Twitter page. This is the most important social media outlet that you could have. If you don't have a page on Google, you're not going to show up in the local results. Or you will, and you won't have control of any negative reviews or any of the pictures that they have. Basically, it'll be crowdsourced, and you won't have any control over your account. It's really easy to claim your account. It takes just a few days, and then they'll get back to you, and you can have complete control of your Google My Business. So once you have control of your Google My Business, people can leave you reviews. So the way they can leave you reviews is either on their phone and find you on Google Maps, or you can do it on the desktop on Google Maps, or what we do at Awesome Dynamic is we go down to the bottom here, we put a link. So it's really nice and clear to our customers if we ask, hey, did you like this webinar? And they can easily click on here and review us, give us a 5-star review. So you can see right here, you can write a review. So in saying that, let's go back to the article here. So at Awesome Dynamic, we have this blog that updates you on the latest SEO information. It's updated twice. Usually, Google updates their algorithm twice per day. So you're going to see a lot of changes all the time. And reviews is definitely one of those huge changes. So first off, reviews are important because you want to make sure that your online reputation matches your in-person reputation. So if you don't have control of your online reputation and you have negative reviews all over the place and no way to respond to them by claiming your account, then you're going to experience probably a drop in your ranking online, and then you're going to also experience a drop in just overall phone calls and your contact form. So reviews online are super important. So some of the violations that Google has a whole list of these violations that for negative reviews. So what we're going to go over today is what those violations are, and then how much time does it really take to take down a bad review, how to respond to a bad review, and how to submit your ticket on Google if you do happen to have a violation on your Google My Business page. And then lastly, we're going to go over getting your happy customers to review you and getting the app, which is super convenient. Okay, so first off, there's always updates in the business reviews, and I think I even have a link here of all of the different review policies here. So right in the article, we have all these review policies, photo policies. They get very, very specific in terms of advertising, spam. So if you get a bad review, the first thing you should do is go ahead and look over this list. And if it violates one of these, and then you can go ahead and submit a ticket through your Google My Business app or on the desktop. So you can see if they use offensive language, that's one. If they're constantly posting, if they post twice, if it's a competitor and you know it's a competitor. Family members can't post on your reviews, so that might be a reason why they're disappearing. Another reason why they might be disappearing is that you are logged into the Wi-Fi at the location. So they kind of take that signal, or they use triangular cell phone towers, and they take down that review. Me personally, I have reviewed some of our clients, and when I've used their services, and it's a real review. I put wrote 2 paragraphs about my experience there, and then all of a sudden it's not on the website anymore. And I can see it on the back end that it's still there, but I can't see it on when I Google the business. So some of the reasons that might be, I mean, it's still a very variable system. So what you're going to see is all types of reviews, and some are going to be taken down, some are going to stay up. It's the having the review stick is really it's really the you're not going to have every review stick, but and they might not even violate some of the policies, so that's another reason to contact Google. So submitting a ticket, this is what you do first. You can go ahead and visit this link, and you know what? I'm going to put this link to this article in the chat here, so you can go back and take a look. And just so you know, all these webinars are recorded, and you can go back and watch them on our YouTube channel. All right. So then you would review the policies, and then you would go and through all the steps, and they're all right here. You'd log into your Google My Business account, and then next to the actual review, there should be a button that says flag is inappropriate. Now these steps are current for today, but they change all the time. So when you're in the back end of your Google My Business account, you can look for it. If you can't find it, there's also a support button. So you can actually call Google. Yes, you can really call Google, and a real person will answer at Google. And then you can go through it that way. But how long does this process take? Well, I had a client that went through this whole process, and it took quite a while. We actually had one even on Awesome Dynamic. We had someone review it, and it made no sense. We had never worked with the person. They didn't review any of the services, so it wasn't relevant. So that's definitely one of the items here, off-topic reviews. We've even had clients in the past. We had a restaurant, and they were reviewing how the garlic bread was horrible or something like that. And this restaurant had never served garlic bread, so we got off on that one because it's an off-topic review. It's reviewing about a different place, so we were able to prove that and get that taken down. All right. So there is sort of a formula to bad reviews. So the time frame here is once you get a bad review, you need to respond within, I would say, 24 to 48 hours. If it's a little bit longer than that, that's fine. But even if you have a review, let's say you just started today, and you could see that you have reviews from 3 years ago that are bad, whether it be Google, whether it be Yelp, any of those places. Go ahead and respond, because even if it's years later online, it looks like you actually have a response from the owner, which it's good. It makes you look like you interact with the community. So how to respond to a bad review? I always start off with some sort of apology, and the goal is to kind of make the reviewer look like they're the crazy ones. So you want to make sure that even if they're completely wrong, it was the completely wrong business, just address every single specific thing that they said in the review. You can talk about how you have a ton of loyal customers, that they've been following you for many years, and that it's a very rare thing that that it's unheard of that you would have an unhappy customer. You can bring up their reputation as well if it's on Yelp, or if it's on Google, you can see how many reviews they've had in the past. But stick to the facts, because that's what you really want your review response to be. And length, it could be like 2 paragraphs. It could be even just a short 1 paragraph, as long as you're addressing the specific concerns that specific customer has in the review. Another note is you also want to respond to good reviews. So respond to every single review within 48 hours, but especially the bad ones. Even if you know it's wrong, you can get it taken down. It's going to take up like 2 to 4 weeks to really get the review to be taken down, because someone at Google They have a whole team, and an actual person reviews it. So there's a filter first, and then if that doesn't catch it, then an actual person goes through after you submit it and tries to resolve your bad review issue if it does violate one of the policies. Um, but yeah, that's the basics of it. And there's a lot of steps here, but really you're just trying to write some what you would say in person to someone who was unhappy with your services. Do the same thing but online. But just remember, keep in mind that it's permanent. So once you post it, especially on some sites like Yelp, sometimes you can't take it down. So definitely think about what you're saying, and if it's a really bad review and you're kind of upset about it, I would recommend to just hold back, for a day and then write it the next day.
And Robin,
Um,
I think if I could just jump in for a second,
sure.
always real important that we don't get into any kind of an argument or that kind of a thing on there. That's probably the worst case scenario. You want to, you said, make them look, foolish if you can. Nicely offer to talk with them in person, by phone. Give me a call, we'll resolve it, all that thing. But you want to avoid that argumentative situation because that makes you look bad, and you don't want to do that. And that's probably part of the taking a deep breath before you jump in and do that review and or response to that review. So really important not to go in that direction. You never want to see. You see it sometimes, these sort of matches where it's back and forth and they're arguing and it doesn't do anybody any good. So definitely want to make sure that we avoid that scenario for sure.
Yeah,
So
that's a great point.
yeah. So while I jumped in here for a minute, if I could just to catch us everybody up, just want to make sure that everybody who's joining us today knows who we are and what we do over here at Awesome Dynamic. So why don't take a second to just say basically what we do at Awesome Dynamic is get you new targeted leads. Those leads will turn into customers. So we do that in several different ways. One is by building responsive websites. We also do search engine optimization, which will get people to your website, get those targeted customers, people who are looking for your services or your goods specifically, and get them to call you. We also are Amazon consultants, so we help people get on Amazon with their products or help people that are already on Amazon to do a better job and sell more product on Amazon. And last but not least, we also do the Google Street View virtual tours, which are a great thing for any business to show people what the place looks like, give them a little chance to walk in and preview it as they are on your website looking around. Also, a great boost, and Robin, you can attest to that on anybody who has one has a great advantage over their competition who doesn't have one. So those are some of the ways that we get you new targeted customers, and we definitely want to make sure that everybody does take a look at our website because it is brand new and we're very proud of it and excited about it, and I want you to take a little time when you can and sort of take a look at it. So Robin, do you want to jump back on?
Sure. And yeah, to Terry's point, just you don't want to start an argument and go back and forth with someone online. I mean, that's just bad for business.
Yes.
So,
Could I jump in for a
oh
second,
yeah, go
Robin?
for it.
Please.
What I was going to say is if any of you guys have ever shopped on Amazon, sometimes a seller or a manufacturer will respond to bad reviews or to questions. And I personally, if I see that, I am usually more inclined to know that this company has great customer service. They're actively aware of their community, and I feel like the same goes for Google reviews. If you see a company that for whatever reason might have got a bad review or a good review, and the manufacturer, or the business, or the company is responding to them, I think that's a great trust building value that is provided by and demonstrated by this company. So that's another great example of why just a simple couple minute response to a review could be very beneficial to your business or your company.
Definitely. And one of the fastest ways you can do that, because I know I said 24 to 48 hours, what if you don't log into your Google My Business account all the time? Well, this is what it would look like. I would definitely highly recommend downloading this on your phone. This is what that little symbol looks like if you're on your phone. And if you're on your desktop, this is what the interface looks like. On your phone, really easy to add pictures, add just, if you're at an event, to put like a little blurb, if you have a blog, to promote your blog. I mean, it's really easy on the app. It's the simplified version of this desktop desktop version. But when you have the app, it'll send you, you can set it to send you a notification. So anytime you get a new review, you can respond right away. And you can respond just a few sentences right then, and then go back and add to it later as well. So it's definitely something very impressive to your audience if you can get back to them right away. And I mean, there's so many great things about the app, because not only can you get the alerts, but you can stay signed in. I know that's the one thing about small business owners, is that they don't have a lot of time. So if you can do stuff on the go, you know, if you're waiting for something to start, if you're, you know, if you're anywhere on the go, you can just do a quick like blurb where you are. You can do a quick just post, and you can just manage the entire thing from your phone. So, and you can also leave reviews of other businesses. I've seen that as a very effective strategy. If you keep leaving reviews all over town, it kind of makes people wonder, okay, who is this person? And it makes you more well known in the town as well. If you're reviewing every single place in the town and you're a local business. So that's one advantage of doing a lot of Google reviews. There's also rewards if you do Google reviews. So I know that it's like a point system, and if you do a ton of reviews, you're gonna become more trusted. So if you have to do something in the future, like, you know, make a change on the map, or you know, it's when it's really annoying if you have customers that are trying to find you, they enter you in their GPS on their phone, and then they can't get to exactly where you are. It's like a block away, or they always send you to the North Street instead of the South Street. You can actually adjust that right in Google My Business. A lot of people don't know that. You can actually move that map marker, and then when people search for you online, they will actually find you. So
that's right. I'm actually up to level 3 local guide now with almost 200 points.
Oh, you're a level 3er? I'm only a level 2er.
Yeah. And, you know, Robin, one thing I think I should have mentioned for our local viewers is that on the 16th of this month in Mundelein, we're going to be doing a Guybo seminar. So we work in conjunction with Google and with the local chambers, and we do these free seminars to help people get their Google page set up and ready to go. So if anybody who's watching is local, and I'm sure they have them all right. As a matter of fact, I know for a fact they're all over. But we do them locally, and our next one is coming up in a couple weeks. So good way if you're having trouble or concerned with how to get this started, we can help you with that, and you can come to our website. We will have some more details popping up, but it's on the 16th at 9 in the morning in Mundelein. So we can help.
The last point I wanted to make on this article is actually one that doesn't have to do with tech or online at all. If possible, you can try to resolve the problem with the reviewer. So if it's a client and you can call them if you have their contact information, or if it's just responding online and telling them to call you personally and give out, you know, not your personal email, but give out your business email and give out your work phone number. And if you can try and solve the problem and maybe get them to take down the review, that's probably the best case scenario. Or if they can change it to a 5-star, that would be even better. So definitely trying to solve the problem the old-fashioned way by just talking with the person would be the most ideal situation to resolve the problem.
Right. And Robin, if I could jump in on that, I mean, we always talk about that. I mean, you know, every company, every store, every business is going to have their moment where something goes wrong. If you could turn that around, you know, you really can build a lifelong customer a lot of times by just handling it correctly. And, you know, we have conversations where it's, you know, we know there was an issue. Let's clean it up. Let's make you real happy with what you do, because we want you to give us a great review when it's all said and done. Everybody has their moment, but we're going to clean it up and make sure you're happy, satisfied, and comfortable with everything we did. And that does wonders. And, you know, you'd be surprised, you know, how important that is to turn that negative into a positive and make that happen. It's always a great way to go, and it's the best way to go, and the first way you should be trying to go. You know, be real customer-centric, as we always talk about. You know, if you have to maybe do a refund or do, you know, whatever it takes to make that happen, bring them in and have a private conversation. But turn it around, it does wonders. So definitely an important way to go.
Great. So definitely get as many reviews as you can. If you have negative reviews, don't worry, because you can just offset them with a bunch of 5-star reviews.
Yes, and don't be afraid to just ask those happy customers to give you. And when you ask them, you want to ask them for the 5-star Google review. You don't need, just don't say give me a review, but make it really clear and make it nice and easy for them. Try to get them when you can, right when they're with you and you're doing business. They're telling you how happy they are with what you're doing, because once it's out of sight, out of mind, you have a little more trouble getting those reviews. But as Robin said, it not only makes you look good, gets you your 5 stars when people are searching for you, but it also, is a buffer for the bad review. If your first review is bad, you're a 1. People aren't looking to call you. If you have 20 good ones and you get a bad one, you're a 4.9. Everybody's happy and they want to give you a call. So really important. We get plenty of calls because of our stars, and we have a lot of great stories about clients of ours who, because they have so many reviews, have gotten some really large customers who just wanted to do business with the person that was making everybody happy.
Yeah,
What are we looking at here?
let me show an example of, okay, I'm just looking for, let's just say I'm super hungry, want some pizza for lunch, pizza near me. I type into Google, and okay, now I can see, I've got 3 different ones here. Even if this was up here, this Johnny's Pizzeria, it's got 3.7. 3.7 is not bad, but compared to 4.2 and 4.0, I mean, I'm picking one of these guys. And there's a lot of businesses out there. See, this has 167, 43, 43. Let's pick a, let's say I need to define, I don't know, like a storage facility. I just moved to town. I have no idea. So then I have a couple of these here. See, this has 126 reviews. If 126 people say that this has 5 stars, I mean, they must be doing something right.
Oh,
this has a smaller sample size here, 13, 19, but they're still okay. But, sometimes if you don't have at least a minimum of 5 reviews, these stars don't show up. If you have 0 reviews, there's just nothing here. So if I saw a 5-star and then no stars, I mean, even if you were number 1 here and you had nothing, this one had nothing, and this one had 5 stars, I'm clicking on the 3rd result here. So that's how important it can be.
Yeah, that's the real power of it. I mean, the ones we pulled up are unusual because we rarely see everybody with stars like that. But, if you're in the 3 spot and you have, 25 5-star reviews and the people above you don't, you will be the one that gets that call. We see that quite often. I mean, these ones we just happen to pull up, everybody had, a pretty significant amount of stars and reviews. But, run into them from time to time where...
Look at this one, yeah.
Yeah.
1.5. They got to start working on their stuff.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's a problem. But, so if they don't have them and you do, that's your advantage. So just another of many reasons to really go after these reviews. And, that's something that will carry you a good way. So... Are we summing up this section, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, just getting the best reviews that you can, and asking your customers really sincerely, getting those 5-star reviews is super important. It's in terms of your overall SEO and how you rank on Google, it's reviews account for about 8%, and that's always growing. And I think it's like between 75 and 80% of people trust online reviews as if it was their own friend.
Right, and we were contrasting that against, as we were, we talk about Facebook and all those things. The social media part of that pie is about 5%, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that just gives you an idea on where time spent is well invested. So we all like to talk about, the social media, and there's definitely something to be said for it. But taking care of your reviews, getting good ones, will get you more bang than you're going to get for getting on Facebook, Twitter, and et cetera, et cetera. So we always want to emphasize that and keep that in mind.